What's going on, guys? This is Aaron from Departures Capital, and we're here with John Lee, CEO and founder of Flying Nickel Mining. It's a pleasure to have you back on the channel today, John. How are you doing?
It's good to be back, Aaron.
Yes, I'm excited to be talking, especially, now in 2024, the markets are picking up. So could you give us an update on the company? Tell us everything that you've been up to since we last spoke. I know it's been a little while.
Great to be back on your show. Departure Capital has been following Flying Nickel since its inception IPO in 2022. And we call Flying Nickel hosts one of the largest nickel projects in North America at the Thompson Nickel Belt. The name of the project is Minago, which has over 1 billion pounds of nickel in the ground. 2/3 of that is in the measured indicated category. And more importantly, Minago is an open pit configuration, which is a lot more straightforward technically. And at grading 0.74% nickel, Minago is one of the highest grade open pit undeveloped nickel sulfide deposit in North America. While we've been waiting for the recovery in nickel prices along with the base metal sector with the concerns over the economy, the company has been very busy pursuing its platinum palladium metals group discovery at Minago.
So Flying Nickel has made significant strides in exploring and developing PGM resources. Could you elaborate on the current status of these projects, along with their, potential impact on the company's future growth and profitability?
Well, I've been a fan of I've known Minago for over 20 years. I've been in the industry, gosh, for over 20 years already, 25 years. And the company was fortunate to have acquired the project in 2021. Minago is known for its nickel, and it's being explored and discovered back in the 80s. And it's known for its nickel, it's valued for its nickel, it's marketed for its nickel content as a large open pit high grade deposit in North America and in Canada. And what happened, Aaron, I think I brought this up before, is Flying Nickel did its maiden round of drilling, validation exploration drilling in 2022. And we discovered that every single drill hole that had nickel bearing also carried PGM, and they're quite significant. We're looking at 50, 100 meters of close to 0.5 grams of PGM across very wide intersections. So we're scratching our head as to what the hell is going on. And it turned out that the previous operator, there's been 4 or 5, had only focused on nickel, probably because the advent of platinum palladium as catalytics happened later, or because the grades of nickel are higher. And only 10% have been assayed for PGM from the historical drill hole. So what the company did, Flying Nickel did in 2022 and most of 2023, we spent hundreds of thousands of dollars going back to the core shack, studying the model, and selectively picked up representative sections and locations of old drill holes to assay for the PGMs. So that has been a very arduous, long, somewhat of a boring efforts in front of investors that there's no news coming out of. But that program is running to a conclusion, and the company is expected to incorporate and announce an inaugural PGM resource within April. So we're in April 1st, within the next few weeks. And hopefully that will breathe a bit of new life into the company and the company stocks.
Yes, you guys have been hard at work. So let's talk. PGM prices have experienced a downturn recently, but should hopefully rebound. How does Flying Nickel plan to navigate this market trend and capitalize on the anticipated recovery in PGM prices to enhance shareholder value?
Well, first of all, any PGM discoveries and the value of the PGM is going to be 100% directly accretive to the current Minago nickel resource in situ. So ideally, hopefully, that will add the value to the project and also enhance the economics. There is a bit of a downward pressure on the nickel. And what I've discovered 25 years in the mining industry and 50 years living on this planet is that the clock is ticking faster and faster. Like the processor speed doubles every 5 years, according to the Intels of the world. Same with everything else. And what I mean by that is nickel has becoming, in the last 5 years, the de facto standards in today's high-performance EV batteries. However, the world is waiting for Indonesia to address its pollutive nickel dumping in the market and depressing the nickel prices, hydrogen cells is really a major strides in the market. So the likes of Toyota, for example, is now making an announcement to bring hydrogen cells, electric vehicles to the market like within the next 2 years. And the earlier projection had been after 2030. So while we're waiting for this nickel doldrum to continue to sort of recover and for Indonesia to address its pollutive nickel dumping practices, that looking ahead, platinum has this specific applications that are required to convert hydrogen and oxygen into water and electricity. So, and historically, platinum has been trading at consistently 30% premium to gold. And now platinum is under $1,000. Gold, whereas gold is approaching 2,200. So from both historical norm and also this new dimension and advent of platinum use into the EV sector, really sort of warned the investors to take another second look at platinum as the metal of the future. And by investing in FLYN Nickel is really affording the investor the opportunity to both ride on the current EV wave in nickel batteries, but also the future of EVs, which is the hydrogen cells that requires platinum to move forward.
It's a great strategy. So let's talk valuation now. So compared to the Flying Nickel's valuation appears to be much lower than peers such as CNC and ENVI. How do you plan to address this valuation gap and communicate the company's true value proposition to investors and stakeholders?
Yeah, I mean, Canada Nickel and EV&I, even EV&I are great stories in Canada. I mean, when FLYN Nickel acquired the project Minago for $20 million in 2021, I was pinching myself in disbelief because the project over $60 million invested in the premier jurisdiction location in Canada. And now, and Aaron, recall that when you covered the stock 3 years ago, when the company went IPO in early 2022, 2.5 years ago, the company went at a close to $100 million market cap, and now the company's $7 million market cap. It's a fraction of its investment in the past, a fraction of what the company had bought for the project for, and subsequently invest, and it's less than the company has invested in the project, and in the last 2 years. So right now, we have been really sort of taking the correction in the base metal market in the last 2 years in developing this PGM resource. So that resource is going to come out in the market, and as a new niche to the story, and we're going to get the story out and rekindle our try to reintroduce the story to the market, and hopefully with a bit of a live breathing into the nickel prices along the base metal, like copper has gone up quite a bit in the last couple of weeks. It is really a good time to take a second look at FLYN Nickel.
For sure. So could you tell us more about the shareholder structure and who are some of your key players?
The company is over 50% held by institutional insiders, particularly featuring First Nations, Norway House Cree Nation, which is where Minago is located at. Norway House Cree Nation is one of the largest First Nations in Canada, and I've had the opportunity and pleasure to meet with the chief, Anderson. They're really very innovative and very forefront of in terms of forward-looking, and in terms of they have a very robust economy at Norway House, and so they actually came in for 19.9% of FLYN Nickel, and they paid about $1.5 million for it, and besides Norway House, we also have Blackstone Minerals. That's one of our strategic investors. They're a advanced stage nickel exploration company out of Australia with the project in Vietnam. And we also have a German institution support as well. So altogether, there's over 50% shares that tightly held by institutional insiders that continue to provide great support into the company.
So finally, what's next for the company and what should we be looking out for in 2024 and beyond?
Aaron, I don't think there's a better time to get into FLYN Nickel. I mean, the stock is up about 20% from the bottom with very heavy volume just the last couple of weeks. I think that's maybe a sign of reflating of the economies with the base metals recovering and gold establishing all-time high. So some of the overlooked metals, such as nickel and PGMs, are getting a bit of a new life and catching a bid. Although the stock is 20% up from just a week ago, but it's still 90% from the top, particularly considering that Norway House and insiders had come in at 10. Norway House came in at 10 cents. Insiders came in at IPO at 70 cents, and we're trading at 7 cents which is a tenth of our IPO price.
Mhm.
So we really think that from both fundamental and technical perspective, the company offers great value and deserve a new look. And for those who are looking to great values and also technically a good stock with a breakout of a bottom, a heavy volume. It's a good time to take a second look, Aaron.
For sure, John. Well, thank you for all the info. Best of luck. I know you guys are up to a lot of things. Let's hope for a strong recovery in both share price and the overall market. So look forward to having you back on for more information.
Thank you, Aaron. Catch us at flynickel.com.